All right, hey there, folks. We are back, campaign 16. Yeah, we are trucking right along. We have not actually taken DC yet. We are very close, and so we will do that when there is time. I think we're gonna turn down things just a touch and see if it actually matters. I do understand that the battle sounds are still too loud, even with the volume turned down by half. So the solution is forthcoming. I think it's probably just turn down the volume in the headphones. It's going to be too bad by 50%, but I think that's what has to happen here. And just as soon as I paused it for a second, we actually got the action accomplished through, and I can't remember what I was doing. Wow. Right, ever. But, I think... Oh my god, yeah, I get it, dude. It's like the second or third time since I loaded in. Right, we know we have all that. I mean, we could go for better threads to roleplay, although I just feel like this guy would probably not go for the blingiest. Right, that would be too ostentatious. So he'd have to go for something a bit simpler. Maybe a black hat. Maybe. Just kind of raises the question of why you would even do anything. Like, why even bother upgrading? Quality jacket? Yeah, we wouldn't do superb. That would be out of character. But like a quality jacket, I guess, would be that would be okay. I don't know. I guess that kind of works. What do we need here? Quality trousers, quality calf trousers. Well, as much as they have bailed us out, quality, and then just regular old uniform trousers. All right. Quality. Yeah, I guess this would be enough without being too showy. I don't know. Regular old calf trousers. I'm thinking about it, but I guess we should upgrade if that's what we're supposed to do. So, to not be too monochromatic, there we are. We should look more our position now. All right, that is done. Oh yeah, now we gotta figure out the next action here. Man, leadership is pretty much max. Fame is maxed. Cunning and initiative are things I don't care about. So like we could go up for administration. I wonder though if it's probably going to be better to just plow. Probably better to plow some prestige into the infantry here. Marksmanship. I gotta remind myself what this actually does. Infantry experience in your unit and my leadership. Well, that wouldn't be terrible. Versus infantry specialist, which increases experience of infantry units under your command and my fame. So, would I rather spend 500 prestige or $250? Probably $250. Right, I don't know how much the experience matters, but that's what I don't really care. But let's get prestige. It's the safer play, but we will try to train up the men just so that everything goes well in battle here. This is our Fort Lincoln. He's been engaged by the Army of Washington. Command wants me to move to do something about it, and I want no part of that yet. I need to get my readiness back. So I'll work on that. I'm also working on a hypothesis that I need to increase the XP gain of core level commanders. It seems way too low. I know for us, I've been engaged in, well, if you watch the campaign, like we've been engaged a ton of times, done generally well. It's far more than 1 star to him. 3 star for the division seems about right. But the other stuff doesn't make much sense. All right, as long as we're not engaged, we can go to scouting here. We actually might be engaged. So that was short-lived. Siege combat. Your unit is engaged in siege combat. I don't think that's true. Oh, it is now. Okay. So that is the Army of Washington, which has what? So little? But I guess I don't have an option to... An exciting day. If you say... So, wait, I really can't? Maybe it was a readiness thing. I have no idea. So what? We're blind. Alright. Alright, the Army of Washington is pulling back, so that's good. If you need to... I need to also remember... Yeah, so the Union's in a bad way. They only got about 11 points of national morale before they break. We, by contrast, even though our support levels are comparable, we're doing better on national morale for the time being. So, it looks like they're going to break first. Recruitment is still... I don't know if it's bugged or if it's working as intended. Maybe their lower support hurt them, but again, our support levels are pretty comparable. I also suspect, though this should be a symmetrical issue, that they haven't been taking their projects. Like, I know we haven't. Policies, projects. I don't think we've taken very much of... Well, we didn't even do logistics. We only did 1 take of recruitment offices. Nothing for improved credit rating. So I have a sense propaganda's been building up right, but I have a feeling that something is not registering in the subsidy category, and that they're not taking the subsidies at the rates that the historic personalities suggest that they should. So that's too bad, but it is what it is. Neither sides appear to be building buildings, which they shouldn't, so that part is working. I just don't know about the rest of it. Army of Occupation is going to fly down the railroad here, or, you know, ride down the railroad. Yeah. All right, so that's 28,000. I'm not worried about 28,000. Maybe I should be, but yeah, I forgot where we were. But it looks like maybe they're going to step off and they're going to go over to Annapolis. Set up camp near Washington and are waiting. Oh boy. All right, so I think we're going to get directly engaged, but we have Johnston's Corps with us. Yeah, that is more than enough to deal with these folks, but I am going to deal with them, and we will be on first, and our reinforcements should arrive almost immediately, and I'll bring you back when we have a battle. All right, we are in, and I did turn down the volume in the headset by about 50%, so that should help. All right, we know that friendlies are going to be up there. We get to defend this. This is a sick position. So, if you're not familiar with the map, the terrain here is absolutely awful to move through. It's pretty much that line. I would guess that they're just going to come in from the east. I see they're over here. Okay, friendlies. They're in an okay position, I guess. Get rid of this. We'll get rid of all of it, make it look as good as possible. We could certainly deploy forward and try to link up with friendlies. That way we wouldn't get defeated piecemeal. This here, though, I kind of feel like just setting up on the backside of this. With 40 engineering points, that's really where I'm leaning. Even if they route Johnston's... Well, yeah, I guess that's the other thing, is that Johnston's Corps could get engaged. So then we need another place further forward. It's tough because for these guys, unless they're going to take this trail, which then kind of terminates right nowhere, so unless they water walk over to me, they're pretty much going to have to come down here, maybe move along these trails to get to us. This is also excellent ground. So if you're getting yourself reminded here of what these maps look like, it really is. So I think we'll hedge our bets here. We'll hedge that maybe we can link up with friendlies, and if we can't, we can't. There we go. Since I don't have a very big force and I'm not going to share my parapets with others, I'll just do that. Okay, we're going to come out here and we'll build down and into the forest. That's fine for me. There we go. The abattis. All right, that's basically 35 engineering points. And no, that's right. Pat Anderson is not mine. There I am. Let's get our force going over here. Kemper is almost up to full strength and has that great cav division of 2 cav brigades. And you should always, if you're going to detach your any unit, you should probably detach it during this time because it happens pretty much for free. But we're going to sit them, maybe we'll sit them up there. It's kind of high. Whoa. And Imboden can detach, and orchards unfortunately don't give cover the way forests do. I think that should be okay. If not, we can always finagle them later. So what's left, we'll now put in a single line and try to get them situated over here. Claiborne can hold there. Now Brian goes into a straight line and goes out here. I'll move myself up to here. We'll say medium range and skirmishers. Hopefully that carries through and they don't reset when we hit play, but we will see. And scouts to go find out what's going on, and we're gonna go play. Do we have... I would think that they gotta come along this road. Defend objective. I'm probably not on it, and so I can't really cheese. Yeah. So I can't cheese the prestige by being on it. If we had built, even if we built back here, we'd have been too far forward. That's okay. We don't really need to abuse the AI anymore that it's been abused. Oh, so actually, I guess it's now Forney's regiment, but it's not a regiment. It's not Forney's, but yeah, I think it was Cutshaw's. They're missing a lot of folks actually. I know that there are others that are out in scouting. That's okay, but yeah, my money would be that they're probably coming down this road because otherwise they got to come up here and then come down here. Yeah, you never know. You can never say never, but we'll see. All right, so we did locate them. They are out here. My allies have chosen a very interesting response, which is to kind of corner camp over here, which is something I hate. But it actually looks like the Union did the thing I didn't think that they would do and go up and engage that force. Maybe. No. We don't want to do that. But instead, actually, we'll continue the cav moving here. But I think we need to go grab our forces and move up to this left fork here. So we're going to give... LZ can move first. Well, you know, I say that, I just actually don't know what they're going to do. Let's send him back over there. Okay, you can go there. Kemper can go there. I think maybe I'll stay here. Brian's going to get his skirmishers back. And maybe we'll send him up here. And just see what we get. Yeah. So must be that spyglass we purchased that's showing us all this good stuff. But yeah, the AI is making very unusual movement here. Okay. So you're gonna go over there. Huh. So let's expect them to kind of go that way. Kemper can come back here. I'll move my guy down there. But if they're going to come, you know, if they're going to come along this road, I think Brian's actually... I think he was in an okay spot. I guess when they get out here, we'll find out. I do see now that this angle, if this is the way they come, we actually don't have much over here. I guess this is where we could try to move Kemper to. As much as I want to keep them away from the fence, and I think we can. We just bring them back here. Here, we'll set up our artillery like this. Put everybody back in their trenches, I guess. Yeah, Brian can do that. Okay. So maybe that is what we do. And we'll slide back here. And they'll slide back here. And I can also bring myself back here. My friendlies want to come up, they can. I guess the Union now has their choice of where they're going to go north. I don't know if that's true, if they're just kind of getting their shape here, but we will see. There is going to be a redeployment, I think, coming up overnight. Yeah, we can see that they're already down here. So they are trying to bypass these fortifications as best they can. So Brian doesn't need to be there. Brian can rotate over to here. And we're going to recall... Oh, we had already recalled our skirmisher. We're still going to travel with those skirmishers recalled. And let's see what we get when we get here. It's getting dark. All right, so that's end of day. All right, so overnight, they just gave us like a ton more engineering points. So in that case, build up, build over, and build back like that. All right, it's kind of weird looking, but it is what it is. And we're gonna have... All right, I'll go there. Kemper will get his cav over here on the left. Bring everybody's scouts back. We'll recall them in a moment. Brian. All right, why don't I just fix this, because nobody likes single line. All right, Brian is going to be here. And maybe Trappier can go there. Elzie's division should be over here, because I just don't... I don't really know where everybody's going to come from. Okay, we'll put them there. We'll put Heyman here. I think if I could click on this artillery, it would be great. But I ask too much. I do. Okay, so Imboden is actually down there, I gather. And okay, so Barksdale's where his name is not actually other things. And all right, so Nelson is there. We'll put Nelson's skirmishers up in the creek. Yeah, like I'm okay with the rest of this. Now Brian can kick out skirmishers. We'll see if they can stay at medium range. Trapeze, I guess, can go up to the fence. And I can't click on Hill, so we'll just forget about it. And I can't click on DeRosie. Oh, yeah, I can. Put them in the creek bed as well. And I think that's where we can call it a break. I don't think we can bring skirmishers back in. Oh, maybe we can. Excellent. All right. And let's see what the AI did. Wow, and Bowden's guns look like they just disappeared. Okay, now they've reappeared. And somehow we've gone to minor defeat. Well, that was interesting. Why don't we move over here with Kemper and speed things up a bit. And hopefully when the shooting starts, turning the sound down by half, just all of the in-game sound will be nice. We can't really hear like the chitter chatter that's going on in the units, which was a cool inclusion, I think, but are they actually facing backwards? Why do they think that they were?
Easy, boy. Easy, boy.
That's odd, man. That's really odd. Yeah, these guys are just in reserve because I don't know. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. They've gone off and to the right. They knew exactly where I was going to deploy and got there in time. So we're going to rush LZ over to here. And we're going to move Brian to where LZ is. And we're going to move Kemper. Actually, well, yeah, Kemper's probably going to go where Brian is. Move over to here. Maybe moving Bowden's artillery to... Looks dangerous. But we'll move them over to here. And then speed it up again. Should always travel. Bring our skirmishers with us. But kudos to the AI for knowing where I'd be. Is that really them? What? They've sent skirmishers through my line? What? Into my artillery? I guess it is my fault for something. I'm trying to come up with something. I guess not deploying wide enough. Yeah, that would have been it. But I was trying to go where the action was. It didn't look like there was going to be anything over here. I mean, who's going to go through that forest? I guess a cav brigade or two and some skirmishers. And then maybe everybody else is going to join them. We'll see. I'm not sure. Some of this other stuff makes sense. That the AI has done. I mean, I do get wanting to get the objective, but there's more to it than that. And these, look at the friendly skirmishers. Like, my goodness, man. Maybe the AI, maybe my friendly AI's 45,000 troops can handle those two brigades. I'm not sure that that's true, but let's hope. Okay. So maybe Imboden is back. These skirmishers are trying to hook up the parent unit. Okay. I'm concerned that this might still be too loud. 30? What? What? I mean, I've never seen that many casualties. Anyways, what we're going to do over here is get this cab unit down. Oh no, we don't want to do the defense. There we go. We can do that. If we can do something similar, yeah, and get into those defenses, that's fine. Plus 49 casualties. What? I mean, I know it's not 49 casualties, but... yeah. Yeah, that was pretty good. I'm trying to remember who I was moving. I think Elsie is supposed to be moving left. And Brian is, yeah, supposed to be moving in here. Okay. I feel like once they've done that, maybe Bowden's not in such a terrible spot. Yeah, they should definitely be back. What is... These guys are... Okay, they don't have Napoleons. This one out. Yeah, and they have a fence in front of them, so they probably never will. And it looks... Are they just giving up on this one? They are. At least for now, they are just giving up on this flank. So, what we're going to do with our cab in that case is we are going to move it... We don't have to move it there. We can just move it there. And, so this is Barksdale's 5 guns. Yeah, maybe that's where... Maybe Bowden should just go off to the side now. I don't know, man. These guys are just I'm gonna turn this down even more. I think if it's just too quiet, I don't know what to say. In my headphones right now, it's bearable. I'm not shouting. Eventually going to move over to here. And again, I just don't request this. Okay, maybe I'm zoomed in too close. Okay, let's try this a different way. Okay, so apparently they just cannot go anywhere by marching across the battlefield. So maybe we'll just hold them in reserve. Or we could probably order them up to attack. things here, so we're gonna push forward, I hope. And did we break these guys? Yeah, we did. Yeah, Crook got through. And looks like he's being withdrawn. Okay. Works for me. And we'll move you there, and then this guy. Try to move back here. Have we fixed ourselves? Alright. They ran faster than I could. I think the new plan, this has never been tried before, I'm just going to leave Cav on the flanks and try to rush them to where they need to be. And we'll leave Kemper right smack dab in the middle, and he will just flex to wherever he needs to be. I'll keep myself in the middle, or GreatScots in the middle, and let him do that flexing. But I think that initial engagement went very well for us. Hill with a pretty small brigade. I'm just going to move back. Speed this up. So they're going to end up over there, and then they're going to end up here. Where is Imboden? Yeah, actually, you know, if Imboden is there and he's just doing his thing, that's fine with me. Wow, these guys are still getting shots on something. What to do with Trampier, I don't know. Because once we end up with 2 infantry brigades and then 4... What? No! Kind of a letdown. Kind of a letdown. I mean, a win is a win. I was kind of hoping that they would just bring it. I would bet on numbers. Maybe it's not as bad as it seems, but they might just have terrible morale. It shouldn't be that bad, though, because they were actually slightly ahead before the shooting started, somehow. Yeah, they just got absolutely walloped when they tried to come over, though. You gotta remember, though, about 40,000 troops here are commanded by friendly AI, or, yeah, about that. And would have been tough if they had attacked all at once and kind of together, so. But that didn't happen. We can accelerate the time because the AI doesn't have any more decisions to make, and... yeah, I'm going to get on out here and bring you back probably on the campaign map. Alright, that looks like. Turning my sound back up, and about to get back to it. Okay, we are back in it. And we'll play a little bit faster there. Siege combat, I'm not sure if that's true, maybe. Okay, I'm not sure if we're going to win the siege combat. It seems like readiness tends to play a higher role in these than I think it should. And our readiness is getting worn down because we've just been in so many combats. Where even if you win, your readiness kind of suffers. So here, we'll zoom out of there so that we don't... I guess we have to zoom out even more because then the weather kind of makes those weird sounds and can't hear anything. Okay, so we won at Fort Lincoln. Now we can actually see what our readiness is, right? Yeah, see, so we gotta... Is the Army of Occupation really able to refight? Okay, they're yeeting someone else in the Department of Pennsylvania. Alright, it's 12,000 troops. If I can get in this fight against the Department of Pennsylvania, I will. And I think eventually it looks like we should. So unless they auto-withdraw, I'm interested in that. Alright, so that's auto-resolved. Alright, and now they're just running. Alright. It says we're out of supply. I'm not sure I believe that. Maybe. But we got to be pretty close to... I mean, we have a level 2 supply depot back here at Manassas. We're not that far away. So we'll give it a moment here to recover and see if it actually works. Otherwise, we might have to do something, but I think we'll be okay. Alright, so we're slowly getting readiness back. I saw some supplies come through. I was getting chubby. Yeah, your uniform shrunk. Alright, so they're going for Baltimore. That's a big, right? That's a 10-pointer in terms of importance. Annapolis. Private wealth is low. Huh. Okay. I don't see any other forces that look like they're going to come on in, so alright for now. Actions. How much longer for this political rally? I mean, not that we're hurting for prestige, but why not? 44 days. Alright. And actually, that kind of reminds me that we do have stuff. So we're already putting some work into readiness. I guess if we're going to stay on the offensive, we can spend less time on some of these other things. No, we can't. Not there. Okay, here we could. That's fine. And yeah, if we're going to be operating in enemy territory, let's throw some more in here. We might. Let's see. We're up in yellow readiness, which means we can now scout. We should get that readiness back because that'll improve our intelligence. Reynolds cavalries. I wish they hadn't taken a fight up there. They were doing great. I mean, keeping Frederick, staying on at Baltimore. That was all great. But whoever this is, again, just yeeting themselves forward. All right. Yeah, even faster than yeah, and see, I can't even get my guys out of scouting if I'm going to run at 20x speed, because otherwise the campaign's too slow. It would be nice if someone suggested if they had like a, you're about to be in combat. Because the AI knows when it's coming in for a fight. I mean, but it kind of defeats the purpose then of having a scouting penalty if you can always just hop out of it as soon as you're going to go in. So. Alright, supply situation. We haven't run out of food or forage or anything like that, so it's not terrible. Right. My goodness, even then, like as soon as I saw it and heard it, I still cannot do it fast enough. Army of Washington. Nobody cares. Like, it's, again, we might lose on a readiness push, but actual troops, you gotta wonder, man. The AI just kind of consolidated its forces and added some of them together. Yeah, Army of Occupation come in. I think that's the ones we just sent running. How they were able to lose a battle and then be back in time for this battle, I will never know. But this is where not being able to hop out of scouting really hurts us. Glorious victory at Fort Stevens, disaster at Columbus. I mean, if we're fighting at Columbus, it's probably a separate issue, right? Can we get out of scouting? We can. So we're going to get out of scouting. And then broken morale? That's probably not right. It's probably wrong. Let's give that a moment to reset. But maybe the AI really believes that. Alright, we have to go to camp. Okay, we can... Staff, you're doing fine. You keep doing fine. In the meantime, try to motivate the men. I want to continue exercising the troops just to see if these perks ever build up. Oh, I heard the sound. Well, we're already out of sound, so I guess it's not too much, but I don't really want to go into a force that, for whatever reason, believes it's broken. Fighting spirit on enemy terrain. That doesn't... Low fame and leadership for some of the others. flanked? I would doubt it. Who are... Oh, okay, so they're going for Fort Stanton. That kind of makes sense. And they lost at Fort Stanton. Fort Stanton is like a 5-star garrison of, I don't know, like 20 people. We'll see what it actually is. All right, so it's 5,000. It's actually a real, like, legitimate fort. We are retreating for reasons I don't know, and apparently we are retreating a ways. You know, we'll fall back to supply and all that other stuff. I don't. Yeah. I'm not sure why that happened, but it did. So here we are. Unstable. We should get our readiness back pretty quickly. Our morale should recover more quickly. I would think probably within a month we can try to turn around whatever this was. This is very odd. The gap is narrowing, unfortunately for us. I don't know, maybe it was a policy that went through and I just kind of so used to ignoring the newspapers that I don't know, I didn't see it. But yeah, something brought our national morale down. Sounds like things have been going rough out west. Sounds like there's something bad in Columbus and then now in Bowling Green. But again, if you're fighting in Kentucky, it's probably okay. Beauregard's Corps is it's in Delaware. They look like they're marching. They're not retreating. Disaster at Fort Whipple. Okay. I want to move up and try to protect this supply depot though. I don't want to just lose it for nothing. Union passes Revenue Act 3. So again, that's more... That was one probably wasn't worth it for the morale, but they should lose because of it. This should be a couple more points off of support, which is going to drag on morale, but it will help the financial long game there. Right, so we're up to stable morale. That's good. In terms of wounded, we're under 1,000 disabled, and we're up to 21,000 effective. So that's excellent. I think that is actually a man. We are just bleeding national morale somewhere. I think that's enough. We can bring this down to less than it was, and we will focus both on that. Oh, and we don't have any more. It's okay. So we should be back at very good readiness, very good morale, very quickly, and we'll move to other stuff after that. Welcome back, Colonel Crawford. Welcome back. Rumors say McCullough. Let's actually take a look and see what the front lines look like. Yeah, I mean that's Delaware, Pennsylvania, even a spot of New Jersey, Ohio. Yeah, I mean we're out of, yeah, we're in the bluegrass, but we're out of Kentucky more so than we were before. I mean, that's where we lost. That's okay. This is actually a problem. If they're in CSA territory and they're taking, but I don't think there's a whole lot of importance there. Looks like the front lines out west have barely moved at all, which is completely normal for this campaign. Little seems to happen out the Arkansas, Oklahoma way. So yeah, things have gone surprisingly good. AI is understandably focused on DC. I guess the threat in Maryland is not that important, though. Yeah, they never built a supply depot over here. We have one, which I guess is okay here. But after that, I'm not too sure. We probably gonna need to get some supplies up there. You can see that, yeah, that is a sizable force. I mean, that looks like 45,000 combined, but 45,000 with no ammo is not really anything that anybody's too concerned about. All right, we have got our green readiness. We like that. Confidence back up to 70%. So we're gonna start reducing those shortly, but let's try to get up as much as we can. Disaster at Corinth. I think we might lose. I mean, we were really far ahead. I mean, we have just absolutely pulled ahead in men fielded. I don't know what happened. Mistake on my end. Something with an update or what it is, but why the Union just has not recruited. It's just been like the one killer in this entire thing. I will say though that probably by relying almost exclusively on volunteers, they've slowed the bleed of support loss from using a lot of draftees, and I think we've probably drafted, I would think, let's see, I mean, I guess there's no way to tell from here, is there? Yeah, there probably isn't a way to tell like how many drafts you've actually. It just tells you what's available. But in terms of casualties and desertions, it doesn't tell you where they've come from. So, yeah, I don't know. But I am entertaining the idea of adding at least another brigade or two, maybe even a new division, like a 2 infantry brigade and an artillery battalion. I don't think would be terrible. Seems like we could use both of them, but for the time being, I'd also like to just focus on getting our force up to stuff. Like I said, I'm worried about some of these other ideas. Johnston's Corps is gonna. So, I mean, we can read the AI's ideas here. I mean, they're going for Philadelphia before they have taken Baltimore. Like, why? I don't know. I mean, Beauregard's building a supply depot, which does make sense, but it's like this is where it's at right here. If we can do the Baltimore, Annapolis, DC triangle, and just sit on that and then fight them as they try to relieve or recapture the city, we'll beat them. Absolutely, and I think then they would probably lose almost right away. Because of the national morale that they would lose from losing the capital. Chicago and Cairo, so they're building rail lines. That's fine. All right, so we're gonna rotate out of readiness for now, and morale. Yep, that was. Actually, I'm not as sure about morale, so we'll keep some points in that, but we'll try to keep things moving through here. We'll try to stay on decent terms, right, with our staff who have done a fine job. All right, so we're getting max benefit there, I suppose. Try a little bit more perk progress, I guess. We have 2 hours left. Logistics actually look good. Maybe a bit more training. I don't know. I just like the idea of trying to max your stats out because so much other stuff should be affected by it. How are we? We're determined. We're up to 80%. That ain't shabby. So we'll move ourselves up to the next point, and that should get us engaged with, yeah, that fort there, known as Fort Whipple. And we won at Corinth, so that was good. And wait a minute. They're also in this battle. I just don't feel like doing it in this episode. This is definitely one I want to fight. Maybe we will. All right, so we are here. We have no engineering points, really, at all. But that's that's okay. Let's see. From fighting this battle before, I think there is a rise kind of right over here. I mean, we're fighting off the objective at that point, but I think it's 3 points. Who cares? We're not going to be able to go up to Mitchell's Ford and stop enough of this for it to matter. So we'll get Kemper. Kemper is demoralized for whatever reason. I don't know what has happened there. Here, while everyone's here, let's just go to straight lines so we don't have to be too silly about all of this. All right, we'll put you there, and you know, for right now, I guess I'm okay with something like this. And we're about to start the battle, and then it's probably going to go to end of day stuff. So we'll burn that bridge when we get there. It looked like the only entrance I saw was over here at Centerville. Let's speed up and try to get over there. Yeah, I don't see anything else. All right, I'll bring back when we've made some contact. Okay, so I do see them now, and it looks like they're going to be coming on down. I think the move here is to actually try to move up a little ways. This is high ground right here overlooking Mitchell's Ford. I don't know where they're going to go. Unlike the AI, I don't know where they're going to go. But that's the idea. We're going to move up. Now, I did detach the artillery, and so we want to bring that with us. Probably bring that right there, and maybe bring in boat into a similar spot right there. And, yeah, for this cav, we can bring our scouts in. And let's see if we can just do this. Let's see if it works from the division. Oh, wait. Did that backwards. Did I? Looks like we were going to be able to go loose formation no matter whether we were mounted or not, which doesn't make any sense. All right. So we're going to order. No, we'll just try to go forward and try to go forward with you. They do both have... Lightning Brigade is the cover one, I think. No, they're the dismounted. So then, wait, I thought prefer fighting dismounted using loose formation. Allows level up by fighting in loose order. All right. So what does this one say? Level up fighting behind cover. All right. Moving fast with the horse, but fighting dismounted. Okay, so that but was pretty important. Yeah, we'll do that. Sure. And just hope that the infantry catches up soon. And hope that as much as I've turned the sound down in-game, it actually translates to... Now, why did you think you needed to move back here? You don't. Hopefully it's not too loud through the old headphones. It does not sound that way to me, but things get captured in OBS. Sometimes just come out very different. What you think? But I think, given that it's about to switch over from one day to the other, I think because I'm up here, we should be able to redeploy bubble forward this force. The idea would be to make sure that from this ridge right here, we can challenge a crossing at Blackburn. We can challenge it at Mitchell's. If they go Island Ford, we're actually in a strange situation where they could get to the point faster than we could. Right? If I don't realize that they're at Island Ford, they can just come over here, whereas we kind of have to go back to this road and come over. Otherwise, you got to go through pretty treacherous terrain in order to make that work. All right, let's speed it up a bit. And I do still want to get some of this out. And even if this is too quiet, I want to know that. But if this is about right, then I want to try to remember to do this for future episodes. Yeah, if that's really all they have, then we're going to move to get even force place to defend. Lightning Brigade. I don't know, can we actually get these guys in cover? They don't need it. These guys do need the cover for the purpose. say try to move forward and then try to back up into the forest. They're too far away. That's fine. Move up. They're already doing that. What about the rest of this force? Alright, Brian's in an okay position. Let's keep moving them up. Let's bring Elsie up as well. Let's bring... bring in... Yeah, we'll put the batteries with us. Yeah, maybe I'll stay where I am. Perhaps overnight we can deploy this force that was like insta withdrawal, man. All right, well that is a fitting place, I think, to end the episode. All right, we have a confirmation report here. We'll bring the volume back up to what it normally is. Confirmation in the newspapers, so it must be true that we won that battle. Did we end up back in siege combat after that? That is excellent. All right, but that is the place where we're going to end this one. In a lot of ways, we're kind of behind where we started this episode. We're at 62. All right, so they're at like 58. I would say that's what they're trending toward. Yeah. But we are further from Washington now than we were before, so in a sense, mission accomplished for them. I don't know that they've lost Washington yet. And so I don't think that they have in this campaign. So I think if we take it, their morale should immediately drop, and then that should be the end of the campaign. But you never know. So that's why we'll have to stay tuned, and we'll have to come back for at least one more episode.